In the countries that made the most progress on the MDGs around mothers and children's survival, half of the progress was a result of investments made outside the health sector. So can you talk to us about education in other sectors that influence health?
So education is such a key sector, because what we know is that for every extra year of education that a woman has, her child is more likely to survive through to the child's 5th birthday. That's huge. Secondly, we know that if a girl stays in school, the likelihood is that the age of the first baby and pregnancy will be delayed, the age of marriage will be delayed, and the girl who can finish her education has so many more opportunities and choices in front of her as to how she determines her life course. Is she economically empowered? Can she go to further levels of education? Can she really have access to the wide range of services, which often require some knowledge? So education is a critical part of the breakthroughs for girls' and women's health.
Right, okay, good. All of us today here believe in being held accountable for the work that we do, but many probably don't know how to keep the UN and the World Health Organization and their many partners accountable for an issue as big as UHC. So what's one thing that the average person could do today to keep leaders and organizations accountable for achieving UHC by 2030?
The UN and its bodies like the World Health Organization are really uniquely democratic organizations because they are owned by the member states, and everybody has a say. So if member states aren't happy with the way in which the organizations are performing, believe me, as a former head of one, you hear about it. So I think that on universal health coverage, WHO is most definitely highly engaged in this. It wants to support countries. Countries have to ask for that support. But WHO will bend over backwards to ensure that countries have access to the best information, the best practice, the knowledge sharing. So my advice always is use these organisations. They're yours. They belong to the people of the world. Exercise your ownership rights in ensuring that they meet your needs.
Okay, great. So are you advising that they would go through their own individual country and the organizations within that country?
So the accountability goes back to the countries,
right,
which the member states of the United Nations, to whom the World Health Organization and the broader UN are accountable. In the end, though, the international organizations cannot deliver these global agendas.
Right.
They can facilitate their negotiation. They're a platform for discussion about them. But in the end, if there's going to be universal health coverage in your country and mine and every other country, that needs action at the country level. Governments must take that action. Civil society must be pushing them. Parliaments must be engaged. Helpful if the media is reporting on it. But each country has to move. That's critical.
Right, right. Good. Well, we're ready for action on this issue, so thank you very much.
We are. Thank you.
Good.